It's GCL Baseball live on EH Sports. The Elder Panthers host the St. Xavier Bombers in another GCL contest coming home sweet home from a long three-game trip over the weekend in Tennessee. St. Xavier Bombers coming to this game 8-2, 1-2 in the GCL, and then a 8-5 record for the Elder Panthers, 1-2 in the GCL. Two heavy teams. A lot of the Panthers have had a lot of losses with only one run. They look to bounce back and continue getting hot after the long Tennessee trip where they were 3-0, a huge bounce back from last year. I'm Troy Parker alongside Eric Mason. Thank you for joining us here from the Jack Adams Stadium. Eric, what do you got on the St. Xavier Bombers?
Well, Troy, you got Liam McGeady on the bump. He's a junior. When I was looking at his stat line, I thought he was a senior. I was prepared to see a whole bunch of innings from him last year. Actually, last year he ended up only throwing one game, but he started. He threw 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a 2.33 ERA against Elder. He's only faced us once. And Ryan Smith himself, he is going to be on the bump for the Panthers. He's faced the Bombers once in relief, 1.1 innings. And 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and has a 5.25 ERA against the Bombers. Both these guys have been pitching pretty well this year. Smith currently has a 2.4 ERA, where McGeady has a 1 ERA. McGeady is at 14 innings pitched, while Smith is at about just shy of 12 innings pitched. So both these guys are studs on the bump, and of course you're going to see that. You're going to see some of the best pitchers in the GCL on the bump when you're facing other GCL teams. So it's going to be a good game. Pitching is going to be great, hopefully, for both sides. But what I would say is clean baseball for both of these teams. The reason why they won their last few games is because they've been playing clean baseball. Elder's last game against Central Wise Warriors, they had 0 errors. They've been doing that really well so far in this, I'd say about the second half of games played so far. Panthers have been cleaning up those errors along with St. X. When they lost to LaSalle, it was because of errors. I believe they had about 3 or 4 errors late in the game that allowed LaSalle to come back and get a good amount of runs. Same thing when Elder played LaSalle. They gave up errors, pretty much handing wins to these GCL opponents. So if these two teams, if either one of them wants to win, which obviously that's going to happen, one of them is going to win. But if Elder wants to win, if St. X is going to want to win, key to the game is clean baseball.
Here we go. We're underway. That one, first pitch swinging to left center. That'll drop. And a hot start off the first pitch. Ryan Smith on the bump here today. That was Dylan Bruss batting first.
You know, something strange I'm noticing is Roger Waddell is playing shortstop and Jack Rosenecker at third base. I can't recall the last time Rosenecker played third base. I know in grade school he played there a lot because him and Brady Andriacchio played on the same summer ball team, the Westside Raiders, the national level team. And so Andriacchio would be playing shortstop, Rosenecker at third base. So potentially that was the last time he played third, or maybe he played third in the Tennessee games that I, obviously wasn't there for.
Pitch to Braden Brickling. Nice pitch for strike 1. Brickling batting .385 with an on-base percentage of .538. Showing bunt. Pulls it back. Back again. And takes strike 2 right down the middle.
Either he showed bunt too early there and pulled it back, or is attempting like a slash bunt almost. Because I know a slash is where you pull it back and then you swing, but it's almost like he's pulling it back and then going for the bunt again. So, I don't know. Probably preventing Rosenecker from charging, expecting the swing to come out of him.
No bunt on the table now. 2 strikes. Beautiful breaking ball.
Ooh.
Just missed it on the outside high corner.
Yeah, it's tough with those high breaking balls, man, because it really just depends on umpire to umpire, because those breaking balls, they'll drop, they'll clip the back of the strike zone, because you got to remember, strike zone's not 2D. You might see a 2D on TV, but it's a 3-dimensional box. So if he clips that behind that box.
That one coming down to second, just behind him. It was a nice throw from Smith at home plate. He's been a huge senior addition. He's led the locker room. He's done a great job and got a lot of outs at second so far this year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But what I was saying about the strike zone is if that curveball lands on the roof of the strike zone, it's really just a judgment call for the umpire because they might not like that strike as much because it's not as pretty and it doesn't look as good.
That one sent straight up in the air. This one will not leave the infield. And Waddell calls him off at short. He's been on a roll.
Yeah, Waddell having that stature as not only a senior, but a shortstop, calling off the junior Jack Rosenacker.
First out of the evening for the Panthers. Now up Jack Ryan. Smith staring down second, deals into the dirt. Ball one. Jack Ryan batting .464 on 28 at-bats, slugging .821. He's got 9 RBIs.
Ryan's a very talented player. I believe he's playing at Boston College next year.
The pitch from Smith. Nice breaking ball, but that one couldn't find it either.
The thing is with Ryan is God's been talking about him forever. Since his freshman year, he's been a starter. He started, I believe, 2 games one game his freshman year against Elder. That was pitching on the bump. Very good hitter, and a very good pitcher as well.
A little miss, not by much. Good misses, but now he's behind the count 2-0.
Yeah, it's really good for Smith just to stay consistent. Even though it's a 3-0 count, he's right around the strike zone. It's just dialing in just a tad bit more with that off-speed pitch.
Smith staring back at second, deals. Another breaking ball, and that's ball 4 on 4 pitches.
That pitch was better than the previous one. It might not be as close to the strike zone, but the reason why the previous pitch was most likely a ball is because Carson Smith had to reach across the zone because he was setting up outside, and Smith missed arm side inside to the left-hander. So it made it look more so like a ball than a strike.
Pitch swung on opposite field, straight to Mazza. He's got it. Runner on second, Bruss will tag, heads to third, standing. Runners on the corners. 2 outs.
Yeah, quick first and third situation for the Bombers.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 6, Logan Von Holly.
Wonder if they're going to try a delayed steal maybe. Try to get the Panthers rattled early. But a lot of teams don't attempt that against the Panthers because they know of how good of a program they are defensively. They practice those types of situations a lot.
Smith will back off the back of the mound, then straight back on it. Logan Von Holly up to bat. He's got an opportunity to bring a man home with runner on third. That one swung on and fouled. Looked like Smith kind of got hit with that one off the foul tip. Umpire will walk the ball back out to Smith. Gave Carson Smith some time.
Against Walnut Hills, the Bombers won 13-1. They only played 5.5 innings. So it was a very good appearance for the Bombers. Von Holly went 0 for 1 with an RBI. He's also caught stealing on the base pass.
0-1 count, 2 outs, runners on the corners. Smith from the stretch. Kicks, steals, misses high.
Has not been able to establish that off speed. It's going to definitely hurt him in the later innings. He might be able to dial it in a little bit, but if you're not establishing that off speed early, showing batters that you are able to throw it, and that can kind of hurt you because it doesn't protect your fastball as much, and you can't really blow it past him because Smith isn't the hardest thrower for his stature. He doesn't blow by guys very often, and if he does, it's because of that off speed backing him up.
The 1-1 pitch sent straight up in the air towards right Mazza. He's got it for the third out, and the Bombers strand 2 men on base. And that's a great inning, great way to get out of that inning after having 2 men on base early and 2 flyouts to right.
Yeah, not just a great inning. The Panthers been playing great for these past few games so far. Massa bringing in there. But through this inning break, let's take a look at Nashville, Tennessee, because the Panthers took a trip down to Tennessee for 3 games on Friday and Saturday throughout the day. And the first game, they played the Oak Ridge Wildcats, where they won 12-9. And on Saturday morning, they played the Tennessee High School. I don't know why I said the, because they didn't have the mascot listed on the website. But they played Tennessee High. They won 4-0. And in their final game of the Tennessee visit, they played the Central Wise Warriors, where they won 17-5. The offense was definitely putting ball on contact throughout that entire weekend. 3-0 they finish down in Tennessee. I can't remember the last time they did that. I know that they didn't have a great performance last year down in Tennessee. They played some solid teams, though.
Yeah, I mean, I've played baseball down there in Tennessee once, and that's some good competition down there.
Yeah.
There's some good programs down there in Tennessee, and it doesn't help that you're on only a few days rest going down there. It's a long trip, 5 hours getting down there. So that's really impressive with the competition that's down there to have a 3-0 trip down there. And as you said, very rare.
Yeah, and some top performers for the Panthers. Brady Andriacchio, I believe he played in the second game, but he went 3 for 3 in that one. Perfect at-bats. He had 4 RBIs. He did not lead the team in the RBIs because Chumley and Carson Smith each had 6, I believe. Jack Rosenacker had 6 as well. And McComas was on the bump on game 2. He threw 6 innings, only allowed 4 hits, and he had 6 strikeouts. He's continuing the dominance on the mound, coming off of the start against Moeller last Monday, which I'm sure we all remember because that was a fantastic game.
I'd say so.
Yeah, but the Panthers overall played really well. I believe Chumley is going to be leading off for the Panthers. He went 4 for 9 over the weekend. 4 runs, 1 RBI, 2 walks, only 2 strikeouts through 9 at-bats.
And that's a huge turnaround from when he started the season. He was having a rough season.
Oh, yeah.
And that's great to go down there into a new atmosphere and turn it around.
Yeah, I mean, just some guys just start rough in the beginning of the season. We see it all the time, in all different levels.
This is high and inside. Chelmy didn't like that one.
Yeah, you're going to see some words bickered between teams because it's a very hot rivalry between these two.
That one's for that second pitch. Gets through. Chumley will stay at first. That's a huge momentum shift. And once again, we saw it for the Bombers, and now we see it for the Panthers. First at-bat for a single.
Yeah, Chumley hits it the opposite way for the seeing eye single, and it just gets past the second baseman. Great placement by Chumley. Not sure if he was quite intended for that to be that close, but just gets past the infield.
Dylan Wollenweber, he's having a great season so far. Misses high.
Yeah, Wollenweber's number 1 in the GCL with 581 through 40 at-bats.
One-0 count. Long stretch. Time called.
Yeah, I believe that was Wollenweber who called the time. It almost looked like the umpire did, but
Yeah. There's a little fan section out there in left.
gotta love it.
Yeah, been a lot of big turnouts for this Elder baseball team. 1-0. The pitch. Fouled. Set back at us. 1-1 count.
They do say if you build it, they will come. They've been building a pretty good season so far, and the students are attending.
There's a little bit of a chilly one here today. At least more chilly than it has been in the past couple games, and I think it's a big shift from about 85 degrees down there in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
The 1-1 pitch to Wollenweber. Misses high and outside, 2-1.
McGeady's been having long pauses. I was about to mention something about the warm down in Tennessee, but I was going to stop to let you call that pitch, and he just decided not to throw it for a while.
Yeah, he's got a long stretch. Looking back over at Chumley. Chumley not with a big lead, though. The pitch. Bunt sent straight up in the air.
It was a high foul ball for a bunt as well.
I thought I was going to make it over the netting.
That would be a first.
The old netting, I might have made over.
Yeah, there was about a hole real big up there.
2-2 now. And a long at bat. Kick steals, sent straight up in the air. Not the pitch he wanted to swing at. And got it in left for the first out of the inning. Chumley back to first.
Yeah, that ball was skyrocketed, and there was some miscommunication between the right and the right fielder and shortstop. Luckily, there's no wind, so it didn't dance in the air at all. Makes it very easy for the outfielders.
Now Jack Rosenacker, batting .378 on the season. Through 45 at bats. The pitch. That one found the outside corner. That one didn't seem too far off from what Ryan Smith was dealing in the first.
No, yeah, it seems like this umpire is having more of a tighter strike zone.
The 0-1. Oh, he lost it on the transfer. He might have had Chumley. And that's where the cold kind of comes into play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, players aren't used to the cold climate, especially since it's been, 70, 80 degrees the past week. Broke out the shorts, and I had to get the pants back out for this one.
Yeah, I stuck with the school pants. Feeling it right now. 1-1 with one out. Chumley in scoring position on second. The pitch. Swung on, fouled, and that'll get out of play.
Yeah, just gets behind the dugout there. Yeah, Rosenacker went 4 for 10 with 3 runs and 6 RBIs with 1 walk down in Tennessee. Looking to continue the success back up north in Cincinnati here.
Yeah, it's a huge sum of his 14 RBIs total in the season.
He went after the foul ball. That's
1-2. Still a long stretch. That one crushed to right center. Chumley around third, head for home. He's upstanding. An RBI single for Jack Rosenacker.
No better way to start off the first inning with a 1-out flyer. That one just sliced over the head of the second baseman, and Chumley was on his horses to score there. No attempt by St. X.
That's what we like to call a gapper. Dropped right in front of the right fielder. That's a huge one for the Panthers to get hot here in the bottom of the first. Lammers up to bat with 1 out, and Rosenacker on first. The pitch, swung at it, and goes for 2. It was a great throw. Safe at second, but a strike at the plate. It wasn't a strike on the pitch, it was a strike on the swing.
Yeah, it looks like that was probably a hit and run there. Or just had a swing at it. Just kind of gave a half swing to it just to buy his runner some time.
Time called again. Still a very long windup, and Panthers aren't getting a very large base lead at all, at least to my standards. The pitch, right down the middle, 0-2 count.
Yeah, and with these GCL teams, they know guys are doing trick plays all the time, different sneaky ways to try to get guys out on the base path. So Probably just playing it safe, at least for the first half of this one.
Pitch swung on opposite field. And that one will be straight to Jack Ryan and left for the second out. That's 2 flyouts to left in this inning. And now Carson Smith, the senior catcher, looking to get Rosenacker home from second.
Smith, 8 RBIs so far on the year. Looking to add another one here.
Yo, pitch down low.
Looks like Sprengar's just talking to his junior pitcher out there. Yeah, interesting fact. Sam Springard, the man behind the dish, only a sophomore starting on varsity. It's very impressive, especially for the catching position.
Yeah, the catcher's kind of the leader of the infield, pretty much the leader of the whole field. 1-0. Swung on and missed from Smith. 1-1.
I know that would be almost an impossible task for a sophomore to be starting on varsity for Elder as a catcher, just because of how much goes on for an Elder defense. And Coach Thompson much prefers seniority over talent there, just because the seniors know what's going on. Juniors also. Carson Smith was in there, quite a few too.
That one in the dirt. Goes for second. No. Rosenacker wanted to let go, though. If that got past, he was jumping.
Oh, yeah, that was great backup, because if it would have gone past, Rosenacker's definitely taking third.
2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-2. The crazy twos.
Just that two-strike approach, just punching up the first base line, just hit it the opposite way.
Huge pitch to keep the inning alive. 2-2, 2 outs. Time called.
Yeah, Panther at-bats. These Panthers are prepared for two-strike fastballs. They even practice sometimes. If they're too late on a fastball, they'll practice fouling it off towards that dugout area when they're up inside of the indoor facility in the cages.
Still 2-2. The pitch. Outside. Full.
Looks like McGeady was trying to go for a chase pitch there. Just too far outside. He does have 19 strikeouts on the year, so probably uses that chase pitch quite a lot to get some swing and misses.
Yeah, I like that call there to make that pitch, especially when you're ahead of the count. You gotta have your confidence in yourself that you're gonna get out of this 3-2 count. Steps off, looks back at second. Declines the throw.
Yeah, and with 2 outs, full count, you're probably wondering, why even throw over to Rosenacker? It's not like he's going anywhere. Well, just in case he might run, but more so probably just for a reset for yourself. Just buy yourself a little bit more time before you execute this pitch.
The payoff pitch. Out. So he got it. I think that one is a bit outside. And that's not one you want to see go by for strike 3.
Yeah, you look at it here. That's definitely got brought back in. That was a good frame by Sprengard, but definitely probably missed that outside corner.
I was saying ball 4, take your base, and a great at bat, but no. Strike three looking a tough break for Carson Smith as we head to the top of the second. Welcome back here to Jack Adams Stadium as the St. Xavier Bombers back up to bat, and they got some work to do. The pitch from Smith caught it.
Yeah, something that these pitchers should notice is how the umpire is setting up for each pitch. If you look at him here, he's setting up closer towards that that batter.
That one's in the dirt for ball one.
He sets up closer to the batter, and that allows for more accurate calls in that inside pitch. But because you're further away from that outside part of the plate, it makes it a lot harder to call those close pitches. However, that is the more preferred stance for an umpire as it allows more accurate calls. I'm not an umpire myself. I'm just knowing this just from common knowledge, just watching baseball.
The 2-1 from Ryan Smith. No, outside.
Yeah, but I know a lot of umpires tend to creep towards that inside part of the plate.
The pitch straight up in the air. This one not leaving the infield. Lammers at second. Tracks it down for the first out.
Yeah, you saw him holding up his glove there, and that is a very routine play, yes. But it makes it very challenging here at the Pack because the way the sun is positioned in the sky currently is it's right in those infielders' eyes. Soon enough, it'll get closer to those outfielder eyes as it creeps down lower as we get later into the game, as it gets past those trees. But it's definitely a problem for this Panthers defense and the Bombers team. I mean, opposing and home teams.
Fresh count. That's a nice breaking ball, finds in the zone to Doxey.
But what the Panthers do is when they're out on the turf, if it's snowing, if it rained or whatever, they're out on the turf practicing, they'll position the pitching machine where hitters
Able to find the zone, 0-2.
or where the fielders will be facing the sun, because practice is usually right around this time, probably a little bit earlier for varsity guys, but they'll position their fielders to be looking into the sun to prepare for the Pack.
And that one, 3 strikes, caught him looking. Doxey went up there like he didn't want to hit.
Oh, yeah, and Smith just painted that corner perfectly. You take another look at it here. Just blew it right past him, and that's just perfect tunneling there, coming off of different pitches and different fastballs that clipped the inside corner. Maybe it was a ball or off-speed pitches that were in the same tunnel and dropped away.
Now it's swung on and fouled off the brick.
Yeah, hitters tend to take those kind of pitches when they're in that same tunnel as an off-speed pitch.
Sam Springard for the St. Xavier Bombers. Up to bat, he's behind the count 0-1. The pitch shows bunt. That one kind of chopped and foul. 0-2. Oh, 2 count. The pitch from Smith. Beautiful pitch. 2 straight strikeouts, and the Bombers go 1-2-3.
Yeah, throw another backwards K up on there. Ryan Smith just making them looking. That is just a fantastic second inning by the pitcher.
Especially after the Bombers felt like they had a lot of work to do. They had some work to do, being down 1-0 early, and now you give the ball back to the Panthers, 2 hit, and it's a golden opportunity to extend this lead.
Yeah, you just keep them browsing for sure.
We'll go ahead and take a quick break here from Jack Adams Stadium. Next up, bottom of the second. Welcome back to Jack Adams Stadium. Leading off for the Elder Panthers, Tucker Veldhouse. Veldhouse batting .292 on 24 at bats. He's got 4 strikeouts and 2 RBIs, slugging .333. As he sees the first pitch, fouls it off 0-1.
Yeah, Veldhouse is batting .292 through 24 ABs. He was another guy that really turned it around after a few games.
Now into the other batter's box. Misses 1-1.
Yeah, it seems like McGeady is struggling to establish that breaking ball on the outside part of the plate as he keeps on tailing away.
The pitch from McGeady. That one swung on opposite field. Not going to give you trouble, but caught by Bruss in right.
McGeady's getting lucky for now, but the Panthers are starting to catch on that he's really only got that fastball that he's confident in. I haven't noticed a changeup yet. I don't know if you have, Troy.
I have not.
But if the Panthers are going to be like, well, if he's just throwing us fastballs to strikes, just sit fastball, send it the other way. Veldhouse did so there. He just got unlucky.
So first out, fly out to right field. Pitch, nice pitch, finds the outside, 0-1. Justin Mazza. He's batting .421 on 19 at-bats. That one swung on and fouled. Pitch from McGeady. Down low.
Yeah, the sophomore Massa, he's doing a great job. He had a great season on JV last year, and he's having an even better one this year on varsity. .421 through 19 at-bats, and on-base percentage is .607.
That one swung on and fouled out of play.
also has only 4 strikeouts through 19 ABs. That's pretty good.
No, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. But when you consider early in the year, he got most of those strikeouts from like the first 5 at bats. I'd say probably 3 out of the 4 strikeouts from those first few games.
That one swung on for strike 3. Swinging from Mazza, and I think Eric might have to apologize.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that one. We got some duct tape up here. I might just put that to good use.
You're allowed 1 a season. The next one, you're cut.
Number 8, Kyle B.
And this is the last thing you want to do as an Elder Panthers. Go down the same way the Bombers did. 1, 2, 3. And Kyle Bean will try to prevent that. More on him in a moment. The pitch. Breaking ball finds the zone. He's only got 9 at bats so far this season, batting .556 with a 1 RBI and an on-base percentage of .667.
Yeah, he also had a great weekend down in Tennessee. 2 for 2, 3 runs, 2 walks drawn.
0-1. Swung on. Tough break. They just played him correctly for the 3rd out. That was a hit. That was a hard hit ball. Just ended up going straight to second base to Doxy for an easy 3rd out. And they go 1, 2, 3 as we head into the top of the 3rd. Be right back on EH Sports. Welcome back here to Jax Adams Stadium as the St. Xavier Bombers lead off with the 9-hole hitter, Graham Urant.
Yeah, and if you think Uran is a familiar name, you'd be right because his older brother, Derek Uran, the football star for the Panthers.
That one first pitch swinging. Will it stay in play in opposite field? Oh, it hit the yellow part of the fence and bounced out of play.
Yeah, just off the top of the fence. Massa honestly could have robbed that almost. He would have jumped up. Don't want to risk an injury, though.
No.
But as I was saying, his older brother's Derek. Everybody knows him. Star linebacker for the Panthers, going to Virginia next year to play D1 football. Well, there was actually a WLWT special on the Uran brothers because obviously they're going to different schools. And like, what's going on with this? I don't quite remember what Graham said why they go to different schools. But they were talking about how competitive it is in the household before that.
That one swung on for 0-2.
They were talking about how competitive it was in the household between the two brothers when they were going into the regional finals in Paycor Stadium. We all know the buzz with that game. You can only imagine what was going on in that Uran house. You can only imagine what the parents were feeling, so torn between the two sons.
0-2 swung on, dropped third strike. Smith will take his time, fires the first for the first out.
3 straight strikeouts for Smith. Starting to become a good showing.
Now batting, number 2, Dylan Bruce.
Yeah, just got him with that breaking ball in the dirt. Great chase pitch. He's starting to become more comfortable with that off speed and able to spike it when he can.
And misses in the dirt now. The only strikeouts of his outing so far have been those 3. We'll see if he can continue the streak to Dylan Bruss, the leadoff hitter. He's 1 for 1 with a single. The pitch. Misses inside. 2-0.
Yeah, the umpire's nodded his head. I wonder if Coach Thompson was yapping down there in the dugout.
2-0 pitch. Misses high and inside. No doubt about that one. Yeah. 3-0. Misses high for ball 4. So the strikeout streak will not continue, but instead the opposite. A walk on 4 pitches.
Now batting, number 14, Braden Ricky.
Yeah, try to get him with that high heat. Probably just try to get upstairs and just let that one fly. Yeah, but Bricking's going to step up to the plate now. Pop out in his previous.
Yeah, pops out to Waddell at short. Pitch from Smith. That one's right down Broadway, 0-1.
Yeah, so something I recall, just a little quick story to tell. So when ABS was, being introduced as this is the first year with it, there was a lot of controversy saying, is this a good idea or not? And people are like, oh, umpires are correct majority of the time.
Pick off the first and successful.
Because if you look at the MLB metrics, it says correctness, average MLB umpire, they're correct 94% of the time, 93% of the time. And you got to remember that percentage is every pitch.
One's down in the dirt. Carson Smith looking back over at Bruss at first.
Yeah, but that percentage, it takes in total of every single pitch thrown. That counts. And so that also includes balls in the dirt, balls really high, balls right down the middle, all calls that you don't really need an umpire for. But it's down to the...
Shows bunt. Goes back to first. In a pickle now. Down to second. Waddell chasing him. Throws back to first. Slips and out.
Great job by the Panthers. They practice those pickles all the time, and they played it perfectly. Yeah, runner just didn't get back in time. He was expecting the bunt to be laid down, but that is exactly why you watch the bunt get down before you start to take off, because he got that big secondary expecting the bunt to get down, try to avoid the double play. Well, then he just ends up running himself into the out because of the pickle.
Pitch from Smith. Misses for ball 2. Yeah, I think I was, I kind of just realized this, why they were looking over at Bruss so much. And he got 16 stolen bases so far this year.
Oh, yeah, he's a speedster for sure. But what I was saying with the ABS is that when it's balls that are close that you actually need an umpire for, it's about 66% of the time correct. And so 66%, you say, hey, that's pretty close to passing in school, but, that's 2/3 of the calls that an umpire's needed down there behind the dish, and he's missing them.
And he got him on the outside corner. It was a payoff pitch. And I will say the consistency there. That's how strikeout happened last inning.
Racking up the strikeouts for Ryan Smith. It seems like that was a pretty close pitch, but clips the outside corner, and he will be sent back to the dugout. Ryan Smith, good showing so far.
Yeah, he's got 4 strikeouts, and he's got only 2 walks. So I like that ratio. I don't know about you.
Oh, yeah.
We'll take a quick break, heading into the bottom of the 3rd. Welcome back here at Jack Adams Stadium. Leading off for the Panthers, the 9-hole hitter, and the world famous as of recent for his walk-off win against Moeller, Roger Waddell.
Yeah, he was the one who caused the pandemonium for sure.
That one swung on foul opposite field.
Yeah, but that moment was definitely a turnaround for Roger Waddell because going into that batting 143, now he's batting 296. So talk about a turnaround.
0-1. This is outside. Yeah, I remember the game, the first home game after that walk-off. I think he went 2 for 3. I can't exactly recall, but
like
he had
that.
a great outing compared to what he was doing before. The 1-1. That one we missed outside, 2-1.
Yeah, big bring back by Sprengard as he got the umpire to call an outside strike earlier. But I was wondering why Coach Thompson would keep Waddell in the lineup because he was struggling, man.
That one in the dirt, check swing. Did he go? No.
Yeah, but Waddell, he was struggling. Like, during the scrimmages, he only had one base hit, and it was just a little flare right over the head of the second baseman. And going into the beginning of the season, he just was not producing base hits at all.
3-1. Swung on, rolls over to third. Routine play. Got him at first.
But they would keep him in the lineup solely for his defensive ability because he's such a good third baseman. And I'm like, just DH him out. Like, why are we still hitting him? But Coach Thompson knows how talented of a player Waddell is. As last year, he was very much a producer for the team. Very solid batting average. I don't quite recall what the batting average was for him last year, but I know he was a sole producer in the lineup last year, and he knows that he's a talented player. And he's like, we just got to keep him in there, just let him find his rhythm, and once he gets it, he is hot. And now another person that's hot is Mason Chumley. He's starting to turn it around here in these past couple of games.
That one swung on straight in the air to right. Dylan Bruss under it for the second out. So now Dylan Lowever, he flew out in his last at bat. That was a fly out to left field. Now misses outside, 1-0. The 1-0 shows bunt. Beautiful bunt. McGeady pivots, got him at first. What a play from Liam McGeady.
Oh my gosh, and that is talking about keeping the athletes on the mound for plays like those. Liam McGeady, he's fallen away to the other side, takes his momentum away from first base, picks it up with the bare hand, and fires it over to first base. And that is just something that you don't see from pitchers too often. But you got to remember, Liam McGeady is a multi-sport athlete. He's playing basketball, he's playing football, and he shows that athleticism there.
Yeah, what a great inning for the Bombers. And they sit down the Panthers in order. 1-2-3 once again. We're going to take a quick break here on EH Sports. Welcome back here to Jack Adams Stadium. Leading off for the Panthers is Jack Ryan. Excuse me, for the Bombers. The pitch just missed 1-0. Not by much.
Yeah, back to the power 3 hole. Got walked last time, but still a threat.
That one turned on to right to Mazza. He's had a busy day out there, and he has not missed yet.
Yeah, guys are turning on balls, pulling it that way, and sending flyers. So better stay warm out there.
Griffin Lyons coming off a fly out to right field in the first inning. That one hit him. Looked like he kind of leaned into it, but still a hit. A hit by pitch.
Yeah, that's more so of I'm not moving. I'm letting this one hit me, and I'm taking my base for the team. But he's definitely somebody to be watched on the base pass because he has 6 stolen bases so far this year.
Pitch rolls over to second. Fires to second. Waddell holds it, but gets the lead out.
Yeah, just too slow of a chopper for Lammers to get it to Waddell quick enough because he could have charged there, but then he would have ran right into Lyons out there.
So Von Holly reaches on a fielder's choice. He's the only man out there on first. That one swung on, opposite field and foul.
Heading toward the Hawks out there.
Hopefully they weren't bald eagles or he'd be in jail.
Canceled.
Smith, the lefty, picks off over at first. He's back in time.
Yeah, just keep an eye on him. Keeping Lyons on his toes there.
That one will miss 1-0. Von Holly's got 6 stolen bases on the season. One count. Chopper, that's going to be trouble. And fair ball. Von Holly will stay at third. Runners once again on the corners. Nice job from Carson Smith to knock it down and stop any further damages.
Yeah, that was just perfect placement by Niebuhr. Just barely fair. It almost looks like it was foul, but it just hit white, I guess. But great job by Smith to block it because Ryan wasn't quite in the right position to back that up.
2 outs, runners on the corners. We've seen this situation before in the first inning. The pitch from Smith. Straight up in the air to center, and for Chumley, he's under it. And once again, the Bombers strand 2 men on base. And the Panthers keep the Bombers tame at 0. Eric, I got to think you got some serious history for us. What do you got?
Yeah, that I do. So earlier in the year, we all know these two teams faced once before. Elder lost 7-8 in that competition on April 6th. So far throughout all of, I guess, these two teams' history, I should say, Elder is currently leading in the series 130-82. Their first matchup was in 1925. Since then, the Panthers have been ahead of the Bombers. And yeah, so these two teams have been, at it for quite a while. Just past the 100th year anniversary. 101 years of these two teams going head to head. Yeah, the Panthers, they have a losing streak of 3 against St. X currently.
So we'll see if that streak continues in this installment of this famous GCL rivalry here in the Jack Adams Stadium. We'll be right back. Leading off for the Panthers, the 3-hole hitter Jack Rosenacker. Heading into this game is batting .378 and 45 at bats. Rosenacker's got a single on the day. Oh, and it hit the bat. Didn't duck the bat. And it's a foul ball.
That's the second time that has happened this year.
I was wondering if that was him or not, yeah.
It was Carson Smith that happened to. I believe it was in the first home game or was the scrimmage. I can't quite remember, but it was one of the early broadcasts we did on this season.
That one not missed by much. 1-1.
Yeah, but that is frustrating as a hitter. You had a free ball and just nicks the bat. I don't see that too often.
No.
We've seen that twice.
Pitch center field. Will it drop? It will. And the Panthers have a base runner once more. Rosenacker on first.
Yeah, great job by Rosenacker just to start it off. Now coming up, Jared Lammers for the Panthers.
Rosenacker now 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Lammers 0 for 1 with a fly out, 2 left.
Lammers batting .257 through 35.
Pitch to Lammers, pulls back a bunt, and Rosenacker will advance.
Open third base. Potentially if that ball got passed completely because it hit the umpire, Rosenacker might have been going to third.
I did see McGeady kind of realize that and did get over there. So, yeah, could have went either way, but either way, they'll take the free base whenever they can get it.
Yeah, and the reason why third base was open is because they had a charge because Lammers was showing bunt. McGeady ended up spiking and ended up getting passed for a wild pitch.
Pivots, looking for a pickoff move at second, declines the throw. One-0. This one opposite field might have got him. It did. Rosenacker, will he go home? Thompson is waving him. Gonna be a play at the plate. Got him. What a throw.
What a play by St. X. The double from Lammers, and that was sent not quite to the wall, but very far. Rosenacker, the speedster, he just didn't have quite the lead he wanted.
He went back and tried to tag up, expecting a catch out there from Jack Ryan, and I think that's kind of what ended up being the equalizer for the first out.
Yeah, he went to tag up. He should not have been tagging up there. I mean, sure, if he would have caught it, you would like him to get third base, especially with no outs, but that's just difficult. It's hard to read balls like that where you really aren't quite sure if the outfielders are going to get to it or not because it was tailing. There's not really much wind at all today, so it's not like it's going to be knocked down, and just seemed like the ball would never touch grass, and when it did, Rosenacker found himself sitting at second base, and you got a great arm out there, Jack Ryan. He's been throwing 90 miles an hour since his freshman year. So they're able to get it in quickly for the relay, and that's what ends up happening. Rosenacker getting thrown out at home. Great job by the Bombers, though.
Yeah, it did look like kind of Jack Ryan kind of sold it like he had it for a long time, but I think that's mostly the reason why Rosenacker went back to tag. And then the ball just kind of got away from him, and Rosenacker wasn't able to kind of see that and feed off of that. McGee steps off the back of the mound once more.
Yeah, that run, I believe, is going to prove to be a crucial missed run for the Panthers.
Oh, 2. Steps off the back once more. Lammers is getting a big lead.
Yeah, it seemed like what St. X was trying to do there is have their shortstop sort of run in front of Lammers, try to make them think there's nobody on second base, and the second baseman creep in and cover for him, as they do so again there.
And I think umpire saying time was called in time by Carson Smith. Oh, 2, 1 out. Long stretch here for McGee. Pitch. Rolls it over and got on top of it heavy. Advances the runner, but out at first.
Now you got 2 outs, man on third base. But since there's 2 outs, the sac fly is eliminated, so Veldhouse really just has to shoot it up the middle, try to land in the outfield somewhere. Avoid an out. That's what his job is right now. Not necessarily drive him in, just avoid the out.
Two outs, fresh count for Veldhouse. He's 0 for 1 on the day. With a fly out to right. The pitch swung on and missed for 0-1. Pitch found the outside, 0-2. Veldhouse now behind in the count. McGee ahead in the count with a runner on third. Time called by Veldhouse. Slowing the count down, 0-2. The pitch. Misses down low and outside, 1-2.
I would say I would expect a curveball here, but he hasn't been able to command it too well leading up to this at bat.
One, two, 2 outs, runner on third. McGee kicks, fires. Breaking ball, foul tip from Veldhouse, staying alive in the count. Crucial out here. A hit would most likely drive Lammers home. Pitch. Breaking ball. Got him for strike 3. Caught him looking.
Just lands on the roof. Veldhouse does not like the call, but great pitch by Liam McGeady to avoid the run from the Panthers.
Yeah, so they get out of that inning clean. Still a 1-0 lead, and that's it. Heading to the top of the 5th. We'll be right back on EA Sports. Welcome back to Jack Adams Stadium. Sam Sprengard up to bat for the St. Xavier Bombers. He sees the first pitch and sees it in the dirt for ball number 1.
Seems like there's been a little bit of action in the bullpen. Can't quite tell who is just staying loose out there. Nobody's quite throwing, but it's more so just staying on the band, staying warm.
1-0. The pitch. Swung on. Will that get through? No. Lambers covers enough ground. And excuse me. Seems like there was a fielding change.
Now batting, number 7.
Yeah, so it looks like Brady Andriaco is the one who made that nice play over there at second base. Lammers is going to be playing first. I think that is the only change you should be aware of.
Pitch in the dirt. 1-0. How one did he go?
I almost thought I heard
Yes.
a tick there.
He appealed. He appealed over to first and the umpire didn't make a move, so maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm
But
just
it is
hearing
a
stuff.
it is a strike. Now I want to find the zone as well.
So from our sources, Dylan Wollenweber is going to be possibly coming from the bullpen behind him.
As that one got him for strike 3.
Yep, plays a nice little tune as Smith will send another one back to the dugout. He has had a really good outing so far.
Jared Lammers had to play for the Bombers. Number 2, Dylan Bruce.
The senior outfielder's been batting .478 through 23. Slugging percentage of .739.
Oh, it's fouled off out of play. He's 1 for 1 with a single to center and a walk. The single coming in the first at bat of the evening. The 0-1 from Smith. Beautiful pitch. 0-2.
Big pitch here by Smith.
The 0-2. Got him looking. Strike 3 for the third out. And 1, 2, 3 they go.
The hammer nails the corner once more, and oh my gosh, Ryan Smith. You haven't seen an outing like this in a while out of him.
So the Panthers see if they can piggyback off in another great inning from Ryan Smith. We'll take a quick break live on EH Sports. Pitch to Mazza. That one swung on and fouled. Excuse me. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch to Mazza, way outside and high. Mazza's 0 for 1 of the day. Had a strikeout swinging in the last. McGee's got 3 strikeouts on the day. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2.
Really nice for Massa just to get a lead-off base hit here. Or find a way just to get on base.
The 1-2 in the dirt. 2-2. Nice job to lay off of that one.
As of now for the Panthers, it's like, sure, you're winning. But you got to remember these GCL games, it comes down to the wire. And you want to be the one who has a few insurance runs once it comes down to that 7th inning.
Now he misses high. And McGee's let this at-bat kind of get away from him.
Yeah, it looks like the Bombers have some action up in their bullpen. Number 18, Thomas George, he's a junior.
Pitch swung on and fouled. Staying alive on the payoff pitch. The pitch swung on and fouled again. Staying alive. 2 straight fouls.
It's been a great at-bat for Justin Massa so far. Now we love to finishing it off.
From the windup. Steps off the back.
Looks like some miscommunication between that pitcher and catcher. Yeah, there's a few guys staying warm in St. X's bullpen.
McGeady sets up from the windup. The payoff pitch. Misses high for ball 4. And Justin Mazza battles back to get on base.
Massa draws his walk, and Kyle Bean's going to step up into the batter's box.
Now batting, number 8, Kyle B.
Once again, the Panthers have a base runner to lead off the inning. They've only been able to convert on it once. That was the first inning, and that's their only run. See if they can do it once more. Pitch got away from him heavily, and Mazza will easily take second.
Hard round there at second base, and this is a time for a Bombers coach to say, I think it's time.
Well, no. Mazza in scoring position now after the wild pitch.
Nearly missed his hand.
Yeah, 2-0.
Wonder if McGee was wanting a foul ball there, potentially. Which wasn't, but
2-0. That one's right down Broadway, 2-1.
if you're Kyle Bean, you got to say it to yourself. He threw a curveball and it hit the brick on the backstop, and that's a pretty big backstop. I don't think he's going to be throwing this curveball again. At least for this at-bat.
2-1 pitch. That one didn't miss by much. Hitters count 3-1.
He must have just missed low, but McGee's starting to get out of his comfort zone here.
Kyle Bean in the hitter's count with a runner on second. McGeady pitches to Bean, misses high for ball 4, 2 straight walks.
Coach Diacomo's going to step up from his seat, and he's going to probably take out his junior pitcher there.
And trying for Elder number 22, Aiden Porzel.
Aiden Porzel will step in for Kyle Bean over at first. Roger Waddell will lead off. See if we get a pitching change.
Honestly, this might just be a visit. Bombers do have somebody just staying loose out there in the bullpen. But from our angle, the dugout is blocking our view.
Yeah, no pitching change. They'll let McGeady ride it out. He's got 65 pitches, but just walked 2 straight batters.
Yeah, I mean, his pitch count has definitely stayed low in the early innings of this one, and it's starting to help him out now. It's probably that pitch count that has really kept him in this one.
Roger Waddell looking to stay hot with runners on first and second. Shows bunt, pulls back. Excuse me, fouls it off.
That's the second time this has happened today. Not to Waddell, it's happened to Chumley earlier, but not something you want to see if you're going to try to lay down a bunt, because that puts a thought in Coach Thompson's mind. That was pretty close to being popped up in the infield. Luckily, it was fouled off into the net, but he's not getting that bat high enough. They're jabbing at the ball when they're trying to get that bunt down. It's not necessarily a jab, it's more of a catch. Try to get it down into the grass.
I mean, look at where Lyons is standing, and he was really close. He continues to creep.
They know the bunt's coming.
Steps off. I mean, Lyons is getting
This
up
would-
close and personal.
This would be a great situation for a slash here. These infielders are, look, there's not even somebody covering second base, the second base area. It's completely open.
He'll stick with the bunt, pulls it back, goes to first, and they're going to advance. Runner will stay at third and second.
Sprengard throws it right on the fringe. The young sophomore going to be eating that one. Not helping your pitcher at all. McGeady is struggling, and you spike it in the dirt there, and it goes right over the head of your first baseman. And that is not a great situation at all. But for the Panthers, you're like, hey, thank you. We got 2 guys in scoring position with no outs. Anything scores these guys as long as I put a ball in play. Maybe not to the corners, but anything else.
Roger Waddell's situation just went from good to great. Second and third. 1-1. Pitch. Watches it go by for strike 2.
Now, something you don't want to do here is get down looking. At least be aggressive.
The 1-2 pitch from McGeady. Swung on and fouled, staying alive.
There was a laser into the woods there, but that's a perfect 2-strike approach there. He was late on the fastball, didn't really want to bite, but you're like, hey, we got to swing at this. Too close to take. Just fouls it off right over that first base dugout.
Steps off the back. Right back on it. 1-2. No outs. Golden opportunity.
Infield playing heavy in, trying to cut down that run.
The pitch to Waddell. Turned on and fouled.
Great job by Waddell just staying alive, making McGeady throw more and more pitches because he, remember, walked 2 guys leading up to this at-bat. He stayed in with this one, but you would love to see some more balls out of Liam McGeady if you're in the mind of Waddell.
The 1-2 pitch from McGeady. That one wouldn't find it. Good take. 2-2.
Now this is a moment for McGeady where he just needs to settle down, take a deep breath here. Let me call a timeout. Just relax and just throw a strike. You don't want to fall into a 3-2 count once again.
Two pitch. Swung on and fouled to the opposite side. Such a long at bat.
At-bats just like these are the most frustrating at-bats for pitchers. Your stuff is already pretty much out the window. You can't throw your curveball for a strike. You're just throwing your fastball, and you just want to throw it by him. But he is fouling it off, fouling it off, fouling it off, just fighting through this at-bat.
7-pitch at bat. That one hit him.
Waddell doesn't grimace at all. He embraces the pain, and he loads up the bases for his Panthers.
So, this bottom of the 5th has gone walk, walk, hit by pitch.
Take a look at this here. Plunked him right in the left cheek, and he looks back at the dugout, and he says, "Let's go."
Bases loaded for the man who's recently picked up his hitting ways.
Got to remember, no outs. This is a terrible situation for the Bombers.
Yeah, put the ball in play.
All speedsters on the base paths, too, so you could get a clear.
Pitch way outside. Can't swing at that one.
I, myself, cannot believe McGeady is still on the bump.
Yeah. And you got to be careful with 3 straight walks and some form or other. You got to be careful of walking the bases loaded.
In the past 15 or so pitches, he's only thrown like 3 strikes. That's wrong. It's probably more like 8.
Pitch in the dirt. But swinging. 1-1.
McGeady's inconsistency is really hurting him here. It's what have the bases loaded.
One one. Swung on and fouled to the opposite side. Straight to the parking lot.
Now, I know we were joking about that, but that was heading straight for my car.
And I'm hearing the sound effects now of a live look at Eric Mason's car.
Yeah, maybe we could get a live look over there. I'm kind of anxious now.
1-2. Bases loaded for Mason Chumley, no outs. The pitch. High and inside.
Kellen Cox, the cameraman, is telling Chumley to wear it.
Hey, if Waddell did it, why not Chumley? It wouldn't be a better time than this.
Elder's prom already happened. Just can take one off the face. You don't need that smile for a little bit.
2-2. Swung on, fouled, out of play, into the bullpen.
Chumley just needs to hit a rope right up the middle or just a little flyer into the outfield. Outfield's not playing too deep. It's not like they're playing no doubles.
2-2. Got him looking for strike 3 for the first out of the inning.
If you're Chumley, do not go back to the dugout, hang your head. That was a close pitch. Let's take another look at this. Umpire is kind of standing in the way, but that's a close one for sure.
And that's just tough when you got 2 strikes and you see a close pitch. You kind of have to swing at that one.
Yeah, and you got to remember that Blue's been calling that one too. Even if it is outside, it might not have been. It might have been just in the strike zone. But he has been calling those outside pitches, so you just have to keep that in the back of your mind when you're in that 2-strike situation.
Pitch to Woolen Weber. That's straight up in the air, and a nightmare situation. But he slipped.
Oh no! They almost got right out of that situation.
Whew. Dylan Woolweber breathing a sigh of relief because he almost made it a 2-out situation.
They didn't just drop the get out of free card. The dog ate it. It's gone. That would have been huge for St. X to get that out. And that was the last thing Dylan Woolweber wants to do, because you really can't turn a double play too well unless if you hit one right to the first baseman and he turns around, spins it over to second base, and somehow get a double play that way. These guys aren't really playing double play defense. Well, now they are as soon as I say this. But you just don't want to get that pop out or now a double play.
0-1. After the bailout. The pitch to Woolweber. Swung on, straight to second. 4, 6. No! Couldn't get him at first. 1 run will score. And now 2 runs will score.
Porzell and Massa heads home. And the Panthers put 2 more on board. That is a terrible mistake by St. X. Rule number 1, if you're a first baseman, don't let it get by you, and St. X did not abide by that. Great double play opportunity there, and just tries to get the scoop, goes right past him. Lyons will be hanging his head after that one.
Pitch. Got it on the inside. That one in the dirt. 2-0.
St. X is really just wanting their pitcher to finish out the inning, I guess.
Swung on to left center. That's going to be a gapper. A 1 run will score, and it's a stand-up double for Jack Rosenacker.
Rosenacker flares that one out to left center. He's celebrating after that one, just beyond the diving Jack Ryan. Huge play for the Panthers. Take another look at this one. Just sends it way deep. Not to the wall, but perfect hit for the Panthers.
He's 3 for 3 with a double and 2 singles. That's going to be, I believe, a new pitcher. Finally.
Yeah, this is I'm not the coach. I'm not the one making the decisions, but I feel like that was a little too long wait to keep Liam McGeady out there on the bump. Looks like number 16, Sam Vovak, is going to step up. Looks like number 16, Sam Vovak, is going to be stepping up onto the bump for the Bombers. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings so far. Hasn't given up an earned run yet. Has a whip of .71 with 9 strikeouts. 9 strikeouts through almost 6 innings. Pretty good.
So again, take a break as the new pitcher, Sam Vovak, gets warmed up here at the Panther Athletic Complex. Jared Lambert's now at the bat for the Elder Panthers. He'll see the first of Sam Vuvak.
Yeah, Vovak, his last 2 appearances on the mound have both been closes, only threw a third of an inning in both those appearances, one against LaSalle, the latest, and another one against Indian Hill.
Now the strike 0-1.
Seems like the last time he threw a full inning was the close against us, where he allowed 1 hit and 1 strikeout.
That one swung on straight to center. Tough break. But what an inning. The Panthers put up 3 in the bottom of the 5th. And now the St. Xavier Bombers have a lot of work to do. We'll see what they can do in the top of the 6th. First pitch down in the dirt. That one will miss as well, 2-0.
After the long inning, it's very hard for pitchers to get started up hot to start off the inning.
I want to find the zone, 2-1.
Because you were sitting down for a good 10, I don't even know how long that inning was, 10, 15 minutes maybe? I don't know, something like that, but it's been sitting down for a while.
That one swung on and fouled off.
But when you're sitting down like that, you got to find a way to stay warm. I know the coaches make these players wear some sort of jacket or sweatshirt while they're sitting in the dugout.
I want to miss, full count.
But usually what you'll end up doing is you'll take a walk out to the bullpen, stay warm with the bands, do some plyos.
Did that hit him? I don't think they called it a hit by pitch, so that's why he was running down to first.
Yeah, but it's really hard to get hot early because you haven't thrown a baseball in quite a little bit, so it's common to see those first batters reach base. But there is action in the bullpen. Luke Rell getting warm.
That one swung on to left. Nice play out there by Porzell. He's subbing in.
Nice little stinger to get the first out. Now you got to remember, 1 pitch away. You're not in a jam yet, so you really don't have to worry about it too much. Just focus on getting that ground ball, quick inning, and possibly get yourself another inning to pitch.
Ryan Smith only had 60 pitches on his outing. Breaking ball foul tip, 0-1. Pick off and move over to first. Bricking back in time. Braden Bricking got 11 stolen bases on the year. Speedster at first. Misses outside, 1-0. Gonna be 1-1.
Looks like head coach Don Giacobo will have a slight conversation because he was wanting a balk called on Ryan Smith. Not quite sure what I saw. I didn't see anything, but then again, I wasn't looking for it, so.
Yeah. Very quick conversation.
Yeah, it's very hard to overturn something like a balk because it's an instantaneous call. You're not going to overturn it unless it's blatant. You're not going to overturn calls like those at the high school level.
1-1. 1 out, runner on first.
Can you even appeal a balk?
Definitely not at this level. I don't even know if you can in the major league
Yeah,
level.
I know you can't challenge a balk. I don't know if you can appeal.
I'm not sure either.
I don't know if the rules apply with that.
I kind of feel like it's kind of free reign of all the umpires if they want to
Yeah.
call it. 2-1. Found the zone, 2-2. Two, 1 out. Just missed. Payoff pitch incoming.
Looks like Lyons will just try to clip it with his leg there. Try to turn inside and instead kind of stick his foot and his leg out to potentially get a hit by pitch.
That one swung on.
Yep.
Foul tipped off of his leg.
Yeah, that one definitely hit him for sure.
In this weather, this temperature has dropped here at the pack, and with that the temperature that's out right now, that one had to sting. Full count. Runner on first. Lyons up to bat. Smith pitching. Payoff pitch right back at him. And the diving play, Waddell can't get there. Runners on first and second, and Ryan Smith. Whew. Thankfully, he's okay. He almost got smoked.
Yeah, right back at him, and Waddell just beyond the dive. Seems like he was fully extended. It went just under his glove, so it's not that he wasn't there in time. It's just that it's very hard to make that athletic play when you're in full extension and you're midair. Still good effort by the shortstop.
I want to find the zone in the outside corner of 1. A 1 count with 1 out. Beautiful breaking ball, but it won't find the zone.
Oh, that is that's a stinger for sure. Yeah, you definitely want to pitch like that, called a strike.
1-1, 1 out. Turned on, and the Bombers making an inning out of it. Runner will round third. They're waving Lyons as well. He'll head home. And a triple for Von Holly. 2 RBIs.
Talk about showing the fire here in this cold one. Oh my gosh. Triple for the Bombers, clears the bases, and now we have ourselves a ball game. Just completely turned on that one. barely fair, but that is a perfect ball for a triple. It's hard to get a triple in this ballpark with how the grass sticks. Von Holly with the speed will get the triple, and Ryan Smith will take his seat.
Yeah, Ryan Smith had an incredible outing. I mean, not much better you can do. Just had a rough inning. Had a rough top of the sixth. Had a 6 strikeout outing on 71 pitches. But now on the mound, Luke Rell will let him get warmed up live on EH Sports. 4-2. Welcome back to the Panthers Athletic Complex as we get ready for Luke Rell's first pitch, and he's coming into a tough situation with a runner on third in a 4-run lead, disintegrate to 2. The pitch from Rell is first, tops it. This could be trouble. Nice play from Waddell. Got him at first, but the run will score. It's a 1-run ball game once again for the first time since the first inning.
That's going to be the second out of this one.
Now batting, number 4.
Waddell, I mean, he made it look easy. That was a very tough play. But looking back on Ryan Smith, he threw 5 1/3 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 3 runs, and those all were earned. Had 2 walks and 6 strikeouts.
Pitch from Rell. Just missed. 1-0.
Yeah, he himself allowed 2 earned runs, but that third run will count in his name.
That one swung on and missed. 1-1. 2 outs. Looking to get out of this situation, get the Panthers' bats back on. One. Turned on, finds the gap. And once again, another base runner. This time it's Doxy.
Seems like Rosenecker was trying to make a diving attempt there, but lost his footing. Either way, it probably would have been a base hit, but would have been a little bit closer if Rosenecker wouldn't have slipped.
Number 5, Samuel Springard.
Sam Springard at the bat. He's 0 for 2. Had a strikeout and a ground out to second. Pitch, found it. 0-1. Rell from the stretch. Outside. Carson Smith takes a look at first, throws it back to Rell. One, 2 outs. Carson Smith, not in time. If the throw was a little more accurate to the right side, he would have got him.
Some fans and Coach Thompson for sure was definitely wanting an interference as the swing was a little bit over the plate, I guess I could say it. Kind of fell through it, got in Carson Smith's way and forced him to throw it towards his glove side, and ultimately is what led the runner getting second base.
1-2. Pitch from Rell. Opposite field to left. Bean to get out of the inning. He got it. And the Panthers bats need to light up to get some insurance. Next up is the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back here to Jack Adams Stadium as it's insurance time for the Panthers. It swung on and missed. Foul tip. Jared Lammers leads us off. And the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, it's your last opportunity to give Rell some insurance.
This is outside in the other batter's box. 1-1.
If you're Vovak, you just want a 1-2-3 here. Give your team the best chance possible to be winning this one.
Nice breaking ball found the zone. Carson Smith didn't like it.
9 strikeouts through 5 2/3 innings, and that pitch is why that stat line is possible.
1-2. Misses low. 2-2. Misses inside, kind of curved back. Looked like it was going to hit him. Full count.
Come on, 2-0.
Pitch. Swung on, straight back up the middle. Carson Smith, once again for the Panthers, they lead off hit to start off the inning.
One thing the Panthers have been doing a great job at so far in this one is getting the leadoff guy on. If not the leadoff guy, then the guy right behind him. And they have been going into innings with 2 outs, nobody on quite frequently. It's been a while since that has been occurring. Great job by Carson Smith just to lead it off. Put yourself in a great situation.
Bunt straight back at us. Oh, 1 off the fouled bunt. The bunt. Foul.
Uran was charging in right away, and it seems like umpire says he grabbed it in foul territory to call it a foul ball. It probably was a fair ball. Probably was. If you're a Panthers fan, you're like, hey, I'll take it because Triaco probably would have been gunned down there. Yeah, but his situation definitely was a sacrifice bunt, so he would have had a guy there getting to second base.
Back to first. Smith back in time.
Now that there's 2 strikes, that eliminates that sacrifice to be able to get the guy over to second base with the sac bunt.
Back to first once again. Back-to-back pitches for pickoffs. Oh, 2. Pulls back the bunt. Lost it in the transfer. Smith hesitated.
Coach Thompson really wishing he would have gone probably. Yeah, he hesitated. It would have been a close play if he would have hesitated and decided to go, but at least he hesitated and decided to get back.
The bunt, 2 strikes, fouled it. 4 and out. Yeah, I mean, you got to question that decision, right? Am I missing something?
Now batting, number 18, Justin.
Maybe Coach Thompson is communicating with his young junior. Hey, with that situation, that sign is wiped off. I don't know. I don't know the philosophy through that one.
Pitch. Might have got him. No. Smith doesn't hesitate this time. He'll head to third. Carson Smith.
He is vocal about that one, screaming to the dugout, getting to third base. Coach Thompson can have a word with him, but great job being aggressive. Coming off with the hesitation, he steals second, and then he sees it gets past, and he immediately takes third base. Great job by Carson Smith, and you see his reaction, firing up his teammates. Now Justin Massis sitting in the left-handed batter's box has a chance to drive him home.
Way outside, and Vovak about just drove him home himself.
Yeah, not something which you want to do. And Vovak probably has it in the back of his mind. You don't want to throw it past your catcher because this backstop is ginormous. You don't see it in most ballparks anymore. And Smith would easily score if you get it past him. So that hesitation leaves you keeping your curveball up too high.
1-1, strike 2, swinging.
Now, if you're Massa, you got to be thinking you're probably going to get a fastball here. Just worry about catching up to that one after that previous curveball. You're probably not going to see it.
Do not go down looking. That's your number 1 philosophy. 1-2. Strike 3, swinging for the second out. You're not want to strand Carson Smith there on third.
Now batting, number 8, Kyle Bean.
Kyle Bean up to bat.
Bean has opportunity here.
Only 11 total at-bats, including today on the season. The pitch. Swung on, off the nub. Will he get there? Yes, he will!
Oh my gosh, the swinging bunt couldn't be any more perfect. Bean is known for his speed. He was brought up last year in the postseason because he can steal bases. He uses that speed, bolting down the line. I do not think that is an error. Yes, that is ruled a hit. Just gets beyond the hand of Bovak and then bobbled by the second baseman.
Picks off back at first in time. Yeah, that kind of stutter caused by the speed of Kyle Bean. You really find yourself scrambling. The pitch swung on and missed for strike one.
That was a very late swing by Waddell.
A 1 count. Picks off back at first in time.
Seems like Bean is trying to draw that throw. As you remember earlier, when Sprengard accidentally spiked it when he was trying to back pick, allowing the runner to advance.
1-1. Rolls it over. This could be trouble. But Waddell doesn't have the speed to get there. So, 2 runs of insurance. And the Bombers need 2 to play on to the bottom of the 7th. But right now, we head to the top. Take a quick break live on EH Sports. Welcome back to Jack Adams Stadium. The Panthers 3 outs away from victory, but the Bombers 2 runs away from prolonging. Pitch from Morrell. Just off the plate, 1-0.
I can't recall the last time he saved a game, but his last appearance on the bump for a full inning was against Moeller, where he threw 1 inning, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout.
Now 2-0. You can hear the St. Xavier bench getting a little rowdy. It's 2-0. Not by much. 3-0. I want to find the zone 3-1. That one takes it for ball 4. And the tying run now at the plate.
Rel's definitely got some pressure on him. It's been 11 days since his last save. He's 3 outs away from doing it again.
Re-entering as a runner. At the plate for the Bombers, number 2, Dylan Bruce.
Yeah, putting Uran on the base pass. Very athletic, very speedy, I should say.
Dylan Woolenweber up in the pin. Rel very early into his outing, only 13 pitches in, but this is a do-or-die situation.
Duran has 5 stolen bases, has been on base very much.
Found the zone on the outside corner, 0-1.
Heavy secondary over there on first base. Honestly surprised we're not seeing a bunt.
The 0-1. Not by much again, 1-1.
Something you don't want to be doing right now as a pitcher is throwing balls. Don't want to be walking guys.
One count. Runner on first. Time called by the batter. That's Bruss. He's 1 for 2 with a walk, strikeout looking, and a single in the first. Straight up in the air. Chumley got it in center. Panthers are 2 outs away. Tying run once again at the plate.
That was a routine play out there in center field, but you can definitely tell he was struggling. The sun's definitely in his eyes. Look at him there trying to, he's got the sunglasses on, so that does help, but the sun is at that perfect angle where it makes it real challenging for these outfielders.
5-3, tying run at the plate. Bricking takes the first pitch for strike 1. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He scored on a walk in the 6th. The pitch. Strike 2, 0-2 count for Luke Rel.
Couldn't be in a better situation if you're Rel. 1 pitch away from a strikeout, also 1 pitch away from getting out of this one.
Turned on, fouled.
Something to notice is that the 2 middle infielders aren't playing double play depth, just trying to cover as much ground, because if this ball reaches the outfield, that's an easy third base by Uran.
Who 2? Uran on first. Bricking. Misses high. Looking to shoot him. What a backup from Roger Waddell.
Oh my gosh. It's like a football being spiked. He had no idea where it was going. Just hit the fringe, and Waddell somehow grabs it.
That's fundamental baseball to back up that throw, and he does it perfectly. If he didn't get it there, if he didn't back it up and stop it, I think Uran would have had third. The pitch from Rel. Breaking ball fouled off.
The double play is eliminated. Would he be huge to get a strikeout here? You look at this. Hits the fringe. That might potentially be a game saver right there.
That's why you keep him in the lineup, for his fielding ability. 1-2. Got him swinging for strike 3. The Panthers are 1 out away.
That is huge. Absolutely huge by Luke Rowell, punching him out. Now you got the 3-hole, Jack Ryan. The Boston College commit coming up.
Two outs. Fresh count to Jack Ryan. 1 runner in scoring position. The pitch. Turned on to first. Chases it out. Got him. And the Panthers victorious. A statement GCL win for your Elder Panthers.
Panthers 5, St. Xavier Bombers 3.
They reach 500 in the GCL with that play right there. Roger Waddell saving it off of that throwdown. And Lammers will finish it out with stepping on first base. What a game by both these two teams.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a blowout, and then a crazy top of the 6th for the Bombers got them back into this game, scoring all their runs, and then some insurance for the Panthers in the bottom of the 6th, and they close it out in the top of the 7th. Great job from Luke Rill for the save. And I think that's all I got here from Jack Adams Stadium here at the Panthers Athletic Complex. Ivan Troy Parker alongside Eric Mason. Have a good night.